wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
We ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phill talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phill.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press podcast and YouTube show. A weekly show now that I'm unemployed. I'm joined today with my co-host all the way across the country in California, Jeff Bellotti. What's going on, man?
I don't know. This is very weird.
Why is it weird?
Next to me right now instead of looking at you on a fucking TV screen.
I know, right? We sold the porn couch, and now I'm sitting in like a proper desk chair, which is weird. I'm sitting in this beautiful empty office. I bought a desk and a chair, and that's all. That's all I got.
I went downstairs today, so
No deck, no birds chirping.
it's too windy on the deck. It's been raining for 2 days, so
I left California and it was 90 degrees and now it's raining. What's going on? You played any golf or what?
I haven't played golf in 2 weeks. We've been snowed out up in Tahoe twice. We got that rescheduled for next Tuesday. The weather's supposed to leave tonight, but yeah, I got rained out today. I'm gonna try to play Wednesday, so we'll see.
So I know you guys had a big trip planned to Edgewood in South Lake Tahoe, one of your favorite courses in the world. Beginning of season, you guys were getting a great deal, and now it's snowed out. Could you believe it? I mean, shit, we played in hail at your bachelor party in the middle of July, so I mean, what the hell's going on?
That's the thing. Eddie was talking about it last night. You know, we've been snowed out twice. Guys wanted to go this Tuesday still, and I was like, not happening. I don't even care. It's only $150. I'm not going up there and playing in the snow. So, and they got at least an inch or more already. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, my bachelor party, the hail, that was interesting. But here's the thing: you go up and you play in the snow. Restaurant's not open, the bar's not open. What are you gonna do? Get back in your car and leave? At least we had the bar to go hang out at.
Exactly. I mean, what are you gonna do? Put your chains back on and freaking head back down 88? That sounds horrible.
I guess the casinos aren't open until next week anyway.
Oh, really? They're gonna end up opening up, huh?
Yeah, I think Jeremy said they open up the 25th or something. We're golfing on the 26th. So, if I'm gonna drive all up to Tahoe, I'd like to go up a day early, stay the night, do it the right way.
Yeah, you might as well spend the extra $50 and actually play golf and hang out at the casino, smoke a cigar, not have to worry about the blizzard coming across the pass in the end of May. So, unlike you guys with cold, wet weather, we in beautiful Georgia, it's been like 70 degrees like all week until today when it decided to downpour. And I walked outside the house, and sure enough, I was wearing jeans, a sweatshirt, and I was sweating to death because the humidity was incredible. Like I had just gotten out of the shower, gotten dressed, in my cozy, comfy clothes to go out in the rain, and sure enough, walked out and was instantly sweating. So, if anyone wants to send the Aloha Press deodorant, because I'm going to be sweating quite a bit this summer. But
the Aloha Press tank top.
Yeah, the Aloha Press tank top's going to have to come out. I'm going to have to cut these sleeves off on the long sleeve and and get some shorts because it is quite warm here. But it's been good. It's been fun. It's been different. Golf is crazy in Georgia. It is totally different than in California. It's a little hillier than any really course that we used to play. But it's just trying to get settled in. It's weird. It's like I'm on vacation and I'm not leaving. So it's different.
You posted some pictures from a course that looked very, very nice and had like what would be a white, like the White House as a pro shop, I would imagine, or the clubhouse.
Yeah, it was. There was a couple clubhouses that looked like that. It was incredible.
Did you play at any of those?
Yeah, so I went out to some public golf course, like 15 minutes from my house. Met this really cool guy named Al, and he's like, "Hey, we're playing Saturday at this private course," and I'm like, "I'm in." Like, what? I mean, don't. I mean, I just moved to Georgia, and we're already playing, private golf courses, so I was pretty jacked up. And he's like, he said, jump on golf now, and they've got some public tee time. So it was called the Governor's Town Lodge, I think, or Governor's Town Club, and jumped on golf now. It was like $90 and super private. I mean, when you think private, like, they had a specific dress code that you had to adhere to, like no hats in the clubhouse, shirts tucked in. I mean, bag is being picked up out of your truck and delivered to their little cart stand. I mean, it was a cool experience. It was a cool golf course. It was really it was a lot of fun. Grass driving range, very nice grass driving range.
Getting kicked out for dress code violations because Rancho Marietta didn't like you very much last time we played there.
Well, yeah, Rancho quietly asked me, like, "Hey, you can't wear a T-shirt playing golf." So
did you have
I knew better.
Did you have the dress code right?
Yeah, so, of course, I dressed in, long pants and a nice button-up shirt, Aloha press shirt, and sure enough was sweating my ass off, which was, kind of expected, but it was cool. It was fun. The clubhouse, dude, is ridiculous. Like, the biggest clubhouse I've ever seen in my life. Like, multiple stories. It was the pillars. I mean, it looked like a miniature White House as we were, like, driving up. It was crazy.
What's the membership cost you there?
I have no idea. Like, it was so expensive that they don't even put the membership on the website. Like, we were walking around, and the guy was playing with Al and his brother and his buddy Ryan, and we were playing, and they're like, "Oh, that's a $2 million house, $1 million house, $1 million house," and I'm just in awe of, like, the size of these places. And they're like, "Yeah, this is legit. This is a super nice, expensive golf club where everyone's walking around calling each other sir and ma'am and mister a lot." I got a lot of misters, which was different, but it was cool. Members, I mean, I don't know. Membership's got to be expensive. Thousands of dollars, I would assume.
Did they have pool noodles in the cups?
They had pool noodles in the cups. Yeah. They didn't skip out on the pool noodles. They did let us ride together in the same cart, though. They were for sure. They're like, we're not letting these public people waste any of our carts. So you guys got to ride together.
So did you ride with Big Al?
No, I rode with his neighbor Ryan. Which if they're watching, listening, they said that they would. Great group of guys. But Ryan reminded me of Moon's neighbor. The guy that walks around in a robe a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like, to the T. Like, I thought I was sitting next to him all day. It was crazy. So it was cool. It was a good experience. It was fun.
What'd you shoot?
Shot 85.
Well, that's not bad.
If you ever come out to Georgia, I will have to take you to the course because I kept telling these guys it reminded me of a spyglass. Like, just the undulation, the surrounded by big old pine trees, the length, the just it being very strategic when, off the tee, you had to be in the right spot. And many times it was hard and fast. Greens were rock hard. You had to hit in the right spot. Greens were I've never played on greens besides, like, Pebble and Spyglass that nice and that fast. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
We'll definitely have to go play there.
It was cool. It was fun. And for $90 to play this, legit private course, it was cool. It was, I would say, it was a $250, $350 course. I mean, Spanish Bay had nothing on it, which was pretty incredible.
That's your favorite course.
I know, right? I didn't make any eagles at the Governor's Town, but yeah, it is my favorite course for sure. But
so tell me this: how long you been there? 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Have you bought any new golf shit?
Any golf equipment?
Yeah.
No golf equipment, none yet. I'm keeping it pretty stock. I've only made a couple changes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the extra stiff shaft in my driver. I am terrified of these courses out here because everything is super wide open. Fairway wise, there is no rough. If there is any rough, it's very, very little. But it's either like fairway, bunkers, and then just trees, and it's just thick. So you got to be super straight off the tee. And so I've been making some changes with I've some small tweaks with the game, specifically with the extra stiff driver shaft going into the driver. So we'll see how it plays.
Well, speaking of trees, Johnny Cruz is heading down to Pebble and Spyglass at the end of the month.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, fuck, you might want to take a club out when you go to Spyglass and throw a fucking machete in there or a chainsaw, because the time you might spend in the fucking trees there.
It's that's awesome. That's so cool that he's going there. What? God, I saw some deal online that, if you're an NCGA member, it's like discounted rates. You don't even have to spend the night there. Spyglass is $250. Pebble's $450. I mean, I was already itching at the wife, like, hey, maybe I could fly out a little early and we could play Pebble again. But she promptly said, we've been here for 2 weeks. You need to stay in Georgia for a little while.
I said, you're already leaving at the end of next month.
I know. So let's get into that. So Pub Links, I mean, does it feel good to qualify knowing that all you have to do is just be first in line and pay the money, or what?
It's a weird feeling, you know why? Because like getting through the qualifier is a big accomplishment, right? You feel good about yourself. But I'm not gonna lie, when Smithers sent me that email saying that he qualified before we even played, and I had no clue what the fuck he was talking about, and so then I checked my email, and you get the congratulations, you're one of 196 people in the state of California. I was like, I'll take it, bro.
Well, it's so, I mean, you've never not qualified, so I mean, it was kind of, I think you get your name on some plaque down there, so they had to have the Bilotti there.
Well, I tell you what, going to play at Hagen Oaks against a bunch of college kids and whoever the hell I was going to play against was going to be a lot tougher than playing a qualifier at Castle Oaks.
Well, yeah, a qualifier at Castle Oaks, if you've never played Castle Oaks and you end up in any sand bunker or parts of some of that rough, I mean, you're going to be blading freaking wedge shots, out of the bunker. So,
yeah, I've seen good golfers quit during the qualifier because they just can't take what Castle Oaks gives you, So it's crazy. I mean, the ability to go back to Monterey and be able to go back to not Spyglass, freaking Poppy Hills, but it's weird. Last year I didn't qualify, and it was kind of different because there was a lot of sandbaggers at Hagen Oaks, a lot of 15, 20 handicappers that are shooting 62s, which is kind of crazy, but it should be fun this year. I'm excited. In retrospect, we've been waiting for golf to return. Like, it's been weeks and months without golf. I mean, one of the purposes of me moving out to Georgia was to cover golf and talk more about golf and do more of the Aloha Press. And sure enough, they closed the country down, and we get golf back, right? And we hear about this two-man Rory DJ versus Ricky and Wolf playing some skins game out at some fancy course out in Florida. But I'm sitting there last week, and I'm watching the UFC fights with no people, and these guys are utterly beating the shit out of each other. And I look at my wife, I go, we can't have golf, but we can have people punching and beating the shit out of each other? Like, what is going on in the world? Like, how is that the first sport to come back? Like, what? How has that happened? Did you watch any of the UFC fights? I didn't watch. When was it?
I don't know. It was these last 2 weekends.
No, I didn't watch any of it.
It was on ESPN. It was entertaining. It was weird. It's you just hear people punching each other, and it's normally surrounded by the crowd noise and Joe Rogan talking shit about guys, but it was different. So
I barely watched the golf yesterday.
Well, so let's get into this fancy golf that they were having, which at times I was so excited about it. I mean, we went out, bought some stuff for the house. We we were like hanging stuff up on the walls, and I'm like, hun, I've got to be back on this new couch staring at that TV at 2 p.m. because I'm so excited about golf being back. And I sit down and I realize that it is like a telethon for like the CDC and the Nurses Foundation. Like, they wanted me to call in and start donating money to help the cause. And I'm like, what? I thought this was a pro event. Like, I thought this was a legit event. And then I've got 4 pro golfers walking around with their golf bags acting like dinglings. It was just ridiculous. Like, how many holes did you get through?
Like 6.
So I got through 4 holes and took like an hour and a half nap. Like, it was the worst entertaining round of golf I've ever seen in my life.
It was terrible, and I was hoping that at least their banter, their shit talk would be good enough to keep me entertained, you know, since they had them mic'd up. But that was terrible to non-existent.
It was like they were reading it off a script at times. Like, Rory bringing up the fact that he won 2 FedEx Cups to Wolf, who's been on tour for like a minute. And Wolf, don't get me wrong, he's a really good golfer, but come on, Rory, like, the dude's fucking like 23 years old. Like, what are you doing giving him shit about how 2 FedEx Cups you won? Like, who cares? Like, I know you're playing on the PGA Tour and stuff, but why don't we talk about the Masters that you fucking choked away? Like, let's get some real shit talking out there.
There was nothing, and it was embarrassing. I hope next week Tiger and Phill and those guys have more. I think they will, because they're more characters. But that Matt Wolf, one, he seems scared to be with those guys because obviously they're big names. But he also is kind of a soft body.
He's kind of a guy in a bar that I feel would feel real comfortable pushing around. Like, watching Happy Gilmore and me telling someone like, hey, I'll meet you in the parking lot. I don't think that guy would want to. Like, he is.
Those guys in shorts, you can tell. You know, like, you're like, okay, you got the softy legs, a little pudge. The other guys are all fit and in shape, you know. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And he was hitting the ball in the sand most of the time. He did hit some bombs.
He did hit some huge drives, and which was impressive, don't get me wrong. But on one of the, I think it was hole 3, after he hit some 358-yard drive, he steps up on hole 3, punches it into like the waist bunker area, and then makes some comment to DJ about, you know, is this a waist bunker or not? And it's like, okay, that's funny but not funny. Like, you're talking to a guy who lost a major championship because it was a sand bunker that no one knew was a fucking sand bunker. So, come on, dude, really? Like, one, DJ is legit. I would not with DJ. Let me repeat that. I won't with anyone who has had a coke problem, okay? If you've been suspended from the PGA Tour because you've snorted a few too many lines, okay, I'm not going to with you.
How many do you think DJ gave for that little tournament? Because it didn't look like he cared at all.
No, he did not give a shit. Like, I think he was more like at times you could tell he's never carried his own golf bag, because walking down hole number 1, he was carrying it the wrong way with the wrong arm. Like, it was, these guys were like, oh, you know, they look like normal guys. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they clearly do not. Like, really? Give him the hefty tour bag. That's what I want to see. Okay?
Right? Shit.
It was ridiculous. And at one point in time in the coverage, Matt Wolf had hit it into the waist bunker and then topped one into the waist bunker again, and then they just stopped showing him hit golf shots. Like, at one point in time, like, Peter Costas is like, oh, well, he topped it about 30 yards in front of him, and they instantly went away from him. It was just, I don't know, it was different. It was, I kind of wanted to see the carnage, you know, the meltdown after his big drive.
Well, and because the announcers were, you know, not on the course or something, the track man, the shot tracer was off. You know, they'd say, oh, here's a nice little baby draw. I'm like, that's a fucking 10-yard cut.
Exactly.
Or they'd say something else, and they're like, you are so off right now, but whatever. I guess that's just the way it is with COVID. You're not going to be there.
It was different. It was crazy. Who is the guy that was assigned to hold the flagstick? Like, You have one guy assigned to grab the flag stick. First of all, I just watched 2 weekends in the UFC, people punching each other, okay, who don't have COVID-19. They still had a ring girl. Like, get someone halfway attractive to grab the flag stick. It could be, I mean, mix it up. I mean, a hot dude, a hot girl, a hot trainee. I don't care. Like, who's the old guy grabbing the flag stick in his loafers? Like, what are you doing?
Here's the other thing. I like that they're playing for charity, right? Like, but at some point they got to play for their own money too, because that's what makes it exciting. Like, just because on the 19th hole Rory gets closer to the pin for 1.1 million, it's for charity. There's no nerves. That's not his own money.
No, he doesn't care. And you could tell, like, the excitement of hitting a shot. Which, by the way, if you watch the little replay and you see Matt Wolf step up, hit the green, and like just before that, Ricky Fowler's like trying to pep him up and like give him like, come on, bro, like you got to hit the green, like this is serious. Matt's like, yeah, bro, I understand, like chill the fuck out. He's like, all right, hit one then. And then Ricky fucking steps up and freaking cold shanks one. I
don't know. I just want to see them play for their own money, so that there's legitimate shit talking, legitimate nerves, you know. And with watching all the Jordan stuff, they're talking about when Jordan would play games, he had so many bets going. He'd give guys a 4-footer where he'd lose $1,000 because he had $100,000 on a different putt. He didn't want him to step in his line. Like, I want to see that kind of stuff.
Well, it's either you are playing for your own money at some point in time. I want these guys not to like step up and play for some dollar amount because they don't give a shit because they're worth millions anyways. I want them to play for their own money to give away, and or we get to vote who gets to punch each other. Like, if you miss the green, DJ gets to tee off on you. Like, Brooks Koepka gets to tackle you into the sand bunker, Ricky Fowler. Like, that's the kind of risk I want. Okay, I want some physical violence. If we're not dishing out your own money, like, I don't know, like just a slap across the face. I mean,
it makes me think of those slap contests.
Right, exactly.
Table, and they put powder on their hand, and they just whack the shit out of each other until one goes down.
Just beat the shit out of each other. Like, I don't know. I mean, it was good to see golf coming back. I mean, they kept talking about this golf course that is so like special and has so much history and stuff. And to be honest with you, I mean, it looked cool, it looked great, but it didn't look that impressive. I mean, it looked like a golf course next to the beach. Like, I don't know, it didn't look that special.
It didn't. And it looked like half the trees had to be propped up with stilts just to keep them up. So
I don't know. It was cool to see golf back. We're talking about it. It's good for charity. It's good that the PGA Tour's coming back. These things are going to start, trickling back. We're going to have more consistent podcasts, YouTube shows, all that. Golf coming back in 3 weeks. But before that, I mean, Phill, Tiger, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I mean, what do you think? I mean, is it going to be as shitty as not shitty, but is it going to be as rough as it was this last Sunday?
I think it's going to be 10 times better because Phill and Tiger, first off, won't let it be shitty like that was. They watched that, I'm sure, and they know. And then Manning is a fucking character, so he'll talk shit, and we're going to see them shanking the ball around and Tiger and Phill playing. I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to watch that, especially after the letdown that we just saw this week.
I just don't want to be scheduling any more naps. Like, I really set, like 4 or 5 hours away to like, focus and like watch and be entertained. And it just screws up my sleep. It's really, uncomfortable.
You were napping and I was pulling weeds instead of watching the first live golf thing that's been on in 2 months.
I mean, they got to entertain us. So with anything like, I think Tiger and Phill will be better prepared in the sense of talking shit. Like, do you think Tiger's going to bring up like how Phill almost went to federal prison because he was insider trading? Or do you think Phil's going to be bringing up Tiger's, like infidelity and like how he has had a few DUIs? Like what are we doing here?
I don't know if it'll go that far, but I guarantee you they will talk shit to each other, and there will be side bets that they make known, whether it's for shots or for the hole. They're going to make it entertaining. They're not going to just pick up their clubs and walk to the next hole, stay 6 feet apart, and play 18 holes of golf.
I really hope that's not the case, because I need some entertainment. I don't want to be commenting and rebutting on how Matt Wolff tops one. I don't give a really care about how DJ's carrying his batter on. At the end of the day, I want to be entertained. Okay, I mean, Netflix is boring. I mean, YouTube's only got its so many limits unless you are subscribing to the YouTube channel on the Aloha Press. But I'm excited for it. I'm prepared for it. I'm excited for golf to come back in 3 weeks. It's going to be hopefully a good time. I don't know. In closing, Jeff, how has this whole experience been? I mean, from east to west, west to east coast. I mean, this is totally different. I mean, the layout, the setup. I mean, the couch looks pretty comfy, man.
I'm getting used to it, but the time difference that we have in setting things up, and then trying to plan my day around it, and it's different, but we'll figure it out. Once we have more shit to talk about, it's going to be even better. Playing golf, watching golf, even when other sports come back, because we're going to hopefully get, into basketball again and baseball and football coming up. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
I think it will be. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what's in the near future. We'll see how it goes, but in the time being, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the new format. I know we had to get rid of the porn couch. Unfortunately, went to I don't know where it went. Who did I give that porn couch to?
Somewhere in Buena Vista,
I don't know.
Dump or what?
Shit. Someone took it. I don't know. Maybe we donated it to some film set that's gonna maybe we'll see it in a in a film that's made for adults. I don't know. We'll see see if anything pops up. But guys, ladies, thank you for sitting down with us on this beautiful day, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Appreciate you guys liking, subscribing. If you do, please steal your neighbor's phone, your family, your grandma's phone, and download and subscribe to the Aloha Press podcast, wherever you guys get your podcast and YouTube show. So, Jeff, in closing, I appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully we'll do this again next week, and we'll be slightly more entertained with Tiger and Phill.
Wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.